Today we're going to dye these Bugaboo donkey hoods. The hoods that I'm doing are 100% polyester. I bought fabric yesterday or the day before, and it was like do not use if fabric is more than 35% polyester. So I went back. I've got the RIT dye. This is synthetic, and I've gotten the graphite color. I bought this paint stirrer at Bunnings. First thing we're going to do to dye our Bugaboo donkey hood is put it in the wash. So I'm just going to put it on a standard wash. This is the color. It's called mineral, washed mineral, I believe. So you can see that there's still white parts through it. After it's washed, take it out and put it in a bucket of water just to soak for a few hours. So that's going to make sure that the fabric is all wet, completely wet, and when you put it in the dye, that the dye is evenly going to go through the fabric. I've washed them and soaked them. I'm just going to start filling this up with hot water because this is going to take a while because this is like a huge tub. I'm going to do some boiled water and some just hot water because the hot water out of my tap is so hot. You're supposed to, on the instructions, keep it at heat, but I don't have a big enough pot. It says on the bottle to use metal. Make sure that the hoods are unzipped 100%. It says, you can't see this, so I'm going to read it out to you. Directions: shake well before using. Use rubber gloves, add water to stainless steel pot. Heat water on stove just below boiling. Ideally, water temperature should be 200 Fahrenheit or greater. Maintain temperature for duration of dyeing, and 1 teaspoon of liquid dish detergent. Yes. Add dye, mix well, submerge unfolded wet fabric into dye bath. Stir consistently for 30 minutes or until desired color is achieved. Up to 60 minutes. Nylon dyes faster. Fabric will look darker when wet prior to washing, and then rinse in warm water. Gradually cool the water until rinse water runs clear. Wash in warm water with mild detergent or by hand in your washing machine with an old towel. So to do it via this, we're going to take the hoods out. Now we need to add dishwashing liquid. I think that's soap because that's a brand new bucket, but I think it's soap from the hoods. I don't think it got washed out enough, but it says something about having soap in there anyways for it to attach the dye. I'm about to add more soap, so. Is that enough? Add a little more. Now it says to add the dye, and I don't know how much dye to add. Maybe half a bottle, quarter of a bottle, half a bottle. Oh, you can't see, it's all fogged up. Shake bottle. I'm thinking, oh gosh, I've never used this before. Actually, well, I've used it once, and I just pretty sure I put the whole bottle in, and I think I wanted a darker color, but I ended up with a lighter color, but I was like, yeah, that's good, and that was good enough. But I don't want to ruin these. I'm thinking half a bottle. Gosh, I don't know. You can always add more, but you can't add less. We don't want this to splash on us. We're gonna come and pour it in nice and gently down here. It's like, oh, it's like printer ink dye. Let's just add that much because that's a lot. Oh, look how black it is. I think we need more. Just a little more. And people say to get either paper towel or some test fabric, and you can see what the color's gonna be like. Alrighty. Of course, it's the end of the roll. Okay, we need darker than that. That's hardly even dyed. Good that we checked it though. Yeah, that was like a lot. It's like 3/4 of the bottle. because it's a lot of water. I just need it maybe a little bit more. Oh my gosh, do I put the bottle in? We are not going to let dye sit in the bath. I know this is an old bath, but I'm going to rinse it away straight away. It's settled a little bit. I'm going to do one more tester. Gosh, is that enough? Or do I just put the rest of the bottle in? I'm going to just put it in. It says to put in and keep stirring for approximately 30 minutes. So I think every like maybe 5 minutes I'll come in and stir it. So this is pretty much the problem area. I've just found it, and you can see on the camera and in general, and it's a different color to the rest. You can see that. So I'm wondering if it is even absorbing the dye at all, or if it needs more dye. I decided to keep it in after the last time I looked. I've got 1 minute and then it's half hour, and I'm gonna, I think, definitely pull it out. Let's have a quick squeeze and see if I, oh, see, look at it there. Look, it's better than what it was. It has to be. Okay, it's 30 minutes. I'm calling it. Rinse in warm water and then gradually cool water until rinse water runs clear. Then wash in warm water with mild detergent by hand or in washing machine with an old towel. I'm really tempted to put the basket in because you can see the color difference from the bassinet to the basket. I'm just gonna throw the basket in as well. Okay, I have an idea. I've like turned it around so that the outsides I think is getting like better coverage. And I was like trying to make this into this shape so it's longer. So I thought I'd get a few cable ties and just cable tie this together for now. So these ones are done. I took the towel out because it was being funny when it was spinning. I don't know what we've got. We'll see. Put this one in. There's still definitely a bit of dye in there, but it'll be right. I got most of it out. I can't believe this stain is still here. It's been washed and soaked, and then soaked in dye, and then washed again, and it's still here. But whatever. So it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we've got maybe like an hour and a half of sun, and it's winter suns. Here is the results of the hoods being dyed. Honestly, I think it's a little bit better, but you can still definitely see that there's like color, like marks in it. For those that dye fabric all the time, what did I do wrong, or was it just doomed from the start? I'm going to go ahead and call this one a fail. However, I would still like to dye a Bugaboo hood like a different color, or like a normal colored hood, and I would just pour the bottle in and just be fine with it. I'm almost thinking that there wasn't enough dye. I feel like maybe I needed extra dye, but it didn't say anything on the bottle. The only information I got about the extra dye was from a lady on YouTube, from someone else explaining it. But I'm also not sure if I want to dive back into dyeing right away because I've had like a failed attempt. I think it's a little bit better. but just not to the standard that I wanted it at. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed coming along on this adventure with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. I have lots of pram and baby content. Since I have filmed this, it's been quite a few months. I have seen online that people are using fabric spray paint to do their prams. So I feel like I'm going to look for a pram that needs a bit of a do-up with the colouring. And I think I'm going to look into the fabric spray paint and do a video on that. Also, like I said, if you know how to dye fabric, please tell me what I did wrong. I'm thinking that it was probably lack of dye and time, just more time. But if I had something that was going to be a solid color, I feel like I wouldn't mind, whereas I didn't want these to turn into like completely just black hoods, although I think it's a fabric. But anyways, I was just concerned.